Hi, I'm Average Donna coming at you with another video about what I have read this week. This week, I have read Fables, Flying for March of the Wooden Soldiers. Now, this is a great volume and details about the inevitable battle of Fabletown, which is cool. A lot of death on both sides. And no spoilers. It's not the spoiler section or whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty cool read. I'd definitely go out and read it, especially if you're a fan of the series. This is one of them shake-up events, so it's pretty cool. The characters, we got Snow White. She's of the Seven Dwarfs fame. One of Prince Charming's exes. She's the deputy mayor of Fabletown. Then you got Bigby Wolf. He is the sheriff of Fabletown. He is the big bad wolf all from the Three Little Pigs and Little Red Riding Hood. He is now reformed. You gotta remember that Red Riding Hood part for this one. Rose Red, who is the Snow White's sister, she now runs the farm. And Prince Charming, who is ex Snow White. Briar Rose, who is Sleeping Beauty. And Cinderella. He also wants to run Fabletown. He also killed Bluebeard. But there's Boy Blue, there's Snow White, Boy Blue is Snow White's assistant, an expert player of the blues music. Clara, who used to be a dragon, but now she's just a fire-breathing crow. Jack is from the Jack and the Beanstalk stories, and Rose Red's ex, and he schemes a lot. Doesn't see any retaliation for his actions. Can't see that far. And Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and Beast, the most stable couple of Fabletown, and old enchantment is still on Beast. Pinocchio, he used to be a wooden puppet, and Blue Fairy changed him into a real boy, but she forgot to age him, so he's still like, centuries later, he's still like 7 or 8. You got the Three Bears, Mama, Papa, and Baby Bear, sends to hard labor after aiding in the revolution. Waylon Smith, weapon converter for Fabletown, he works at the farm. Hobbs, who's his Bluebeard's ex-servant, now he's Prince Charming's. Flatcatcher used to be a frog prince, but now as a human, he's constantly doing community service because he likes to taste the flies. You got Mustard Pot Pete, who lives at the farm in Mustard Pot, who watches over the farm office at night. And Grimble, sleeping troll, who was the sleeping troll on the bridge, but now he's the sleeping security guard in the Woodlands building. Okay, so this is where the spoilers happen. So if you haven't read the book or anything and want to avoid spoilers, go read it and then watch this video. Okay. So we start off, it's kind of like a prelude story of why Boy Blue is mourning this day, the Ides of March. The 15th of March. The Boy Blue just tells the story to Snow White, who's questioning him. It's the day the last boat of any Fable survivors got through. Actually, he explains that. So it starts off in the early 19th century. There's only just one portal left. One portal. It was protected by crumbling walls and a few fables like Robin Hood, Bretonard. Am I saying that right? Bretonard. I don't know. But she's there as well. It's like Robin Hood does make a bet on whoever is the better shot and wins, and whoever loses has to serve dinner to the other in a fancy dress. So, of course, Robin Hood loses. But a mysterious rider passes by Boy Blue. The rider gets shot down. Boy Blue goes southbound. Turns out it's Red Riding Hood. She's escaping. She got shot down by the adversary, but she got helped up. While they're about to fight, they're all standmate right now, gathering forces. Madagio and Banegas carry on. Kings both arrive. The two rival territories. And they bring some good forces like the Great Old Pettymore and the Red Cross Knight. And Captain Bluebeard has a ship that can take a lot. Not everyone, but a lot of people. Red Riding Hood did survive, thanks to Boy Blue and Dr. Swinehart. And Boy Blue, of course, is an instant crush on her. Prince Charming at the time was married to Cinderella, but she was planning to divorce him as soon as they got to Fabletown. He's only married so he has a place on the boat. But the adversary's army still doesn't make it easy. The adversary's army's got 1,000 troops, so much they can build a wall of the dead corpses to meet the Fables and kill them. And the adversary, they post troops. The Fables are outnumbered, so instead of fighting, they surrender everything to the adversary. Magic things and things that can be used against them. And they'll let the women and children live, at least. So I got my notes right here, too. So, the Fables don't agree, and the battle ensues. And the women and children go on the boat first, followed by any married men, and then there's still room, then a lottery comes up. The Crow brothers are there defending them. There were 12. Now there are only 9. And Red Riding Hood likes Boy Blue. Tells him her story, her whole fairy tale, fable. And wants him to sneak onto the boat with her. And of course, Red Riding Hood and Boy Blue, they sleep together. And they wake up. Bluebeard's boat is leaving in 2 minutes after they wake up. Of course, Boy Blue says no, he wants to sacrifice himself. The commander, he hands Boy Blue a witching cloak, which at the last minute will transport him onto the ship. Boy Blue is to stand on the highest tower, keeping watch, wait until he's the last person alive, and transport onto the ship so he can tell the story. And he does that. The Crow brothers, of course, they get down to 7 out of 12. And turns out, Red Riding Hood snuck off the boat to be with Boy Blue. Snuck off to sacrifice herself and whatnot. Now, the boat is magical. It goes to a waterfall, and everyone's afraid that it'll fall. Turns out it can fly. And escapes to the portal, which the portal is destroyed behind them forever. And that's the rest of the story. And that's why Boy Blue doesn't like March 15th, or it's March. So that's why he's grumpy playing the blues or whatever. So then we go to the first chapter, chapter 1, which is Out of the Woods. And it's like centuries later. New people coming to Fabletown from Saskatoon. Of course, this is a big deal because no new fables have come to Fabletown for like centuries. Yeah. Snow White is having this weird dream with endless puppet shows, and Colin the pig actually comes to Snow White and tells her that bad things are coming, like an omen. And we cut the boy Blue and King Cole, who are still counting Bluebeard's things. Bigby Wolf talks to King Cole. He's actually mad at King Cole for not bringing down Bluebeard legally like he was going to do. Magic Mirror, Flycatcher, is also out with him. He talks to the Magic Mirror and he's like, find my wife, and who's still in the homeless and can't find her. And then we got to Dr. Swineheart and Snow White. Snow White knows she's pregnant. She's like, what can I do about it? Dr. Swineheart suggests like abortion and stuff because there's not really much that he can do. But Prince Charming and Hobbs run into Bigby Wolf. And he threatens them because, Prince Charming is the one that killed Bluebeard. But then they argue, they get an altercation, and Bigby Wolf talks to Snow White, who of course doesn't want to talk right now. Prince Charming wants to go for mayor. He gets 500 fake signatures. It turns out the random person that came was a Red Riding Hood. And that ends that chapter. We go to chapter 2, Red, White, and Blue. Boy Blue accidentally steps on a toy wooden soldier. He blames Pinocchio for leaving them around. Him and Pinocchio are living together. Geppetto, who's Pinocchio's father, actually made them. But Flycatcher keeps playing with them. That's why they were left out. And there's a big commotion at the office. Bigby Wolf wants Boy Blue there. Red Riding Hood spent centuries in slavery at the hands of the adversary. She gained their trust and escaped to the Oz portal, which that portal leads to Canada. It's kind of odd though, because that portal is actually guarded on the adversary's side, and no one has escaped it there. In fact, Red Riding Hood is the first in centuries. Yeah, Prince Charming is still waiting for mayor. He promises Fables fame and fortune, care. Fame, fortune, and care. But then Boy Blue and Riding Hood finally meet. Each thought the other one was dead. And Red Riding Hood is mad at Boy Blue for basically abandoning her. And we go to Prince Charming. Again, he supports free glamours and free transformations. How is he going to afford that? Who knows? They are expensive. And 3 mysterious men in black suits just start appearing. Then we get the Red Riding Hood, who is staying at King Cole's home. Bigby Wolf comes in. Turns out that Bigby Wolf snuck out of Fabletown in 1916 and 1939 to help America fight in World War I and World War II. Now, Bigby Wolf thinks that Red Riding Hood is a spy, He talks about the Oz portal, which was blocked by the adversary, and Fables have shown up in centuries because of that. But it's all just suspicions so far. He has no proof. So Bigby sniffs around while Snow White goes to King Cole to make sure that he hasn't done and won't do anything stupid. Won't allow her to get into Fable Town without Bigby doing the inspection. Prince Charming talking up ideas like, making Fabletown its own flag. And Bigby Wolf was traveling for a few days. And Red Riding Hood runs off. And go to chapter 3. Chapter 3 was like, stop me if you heard this one before. But a man walks into a bar. And we got Jack talking about his beanstalks. And he has 4 magic beans left. They're in the homelands. He wants to go adventure into the homelands to receive them, but he needs money for equipment. Right? And he wants to go to the Cloud Kingdom, so he can get there through the beanstalks, because he doesn't think the adversary is there. But who knows if they're there or not, No one's for sure. But yeah. No one gives money to Jack. 3 mysterious men they want Jack's beans, right? But anyway, we get the Bigby Wolf meets with Kay, who gouged her own eyes out again. Kay has the smallest shard of a broken mirror. But yeah, anyway, we go to Jack again. He immediately doesn't vibe with them, he doesn't want to sell them anymore. But he gets beaten by them instead. Cut to Bigby. Bigby still thinks that Red Riding Hood's a spy. To King Cole, who's worried about the election with Prince Charming. Cut to Hobbs, who's passing out Prince Charming posters, and Prince Charming for Mayor posters. And cut to the mysterious men. They're all brothers. They're Brother Lou, Brother Drew, and Brother Hugh. And they're all dragging Jack to somewhere. But Jack escapes and hits the brothers with a 2x4. Turns out the brothers are all wooden, just like Pinocchio was. And Jack goes to report them, and the brothers go get guns. And ends that chapter. Then we go to chapter 4. This is our Second Amendment issue. And the brothers are buying guns. There's a 3-day wait period on all of them. So the brothers wait the 3 days. Then they get all the guns. And then they kill the gun shop owner. Jack tried reporting him, but no one took him seriously. In fact, they compared him to the boy who cried wolf. Now, everyone's just in a bad mood because Boy Blue is playing sad songs. Now Red Riding Hood and Boy Blue, they do make up, they do talk about it. Red Riding Hood meets Pinocchio and Flycatcher. Red Riding Hood needs to talk to Boy Blue alone. So, excuse me, but his trumpet does get dented. King Cole runs into a Prince Charming for a mayor poster. And Prince Charming talks with Beauty and Beast. Now, Beast works with the maintenance on Fabletown buildings, and Beauty works as a clerk in Ned's books. Prince Charming is offering Beauty and Beast Snow White's and Big Wolf's jobs, and he becomes mayor. Because Snow White doesn't want to work with Prince Charming, and Bigby Wolf is going to follow. Red Riding Hood is found out to be a spy. as he knocks out Boy Blue. As he is spied for the adversary. That was stitchy. And so then we go to chapter 5, the letter. Rose Red is greeting the farm animals. Rose Red and Raylan Smith were up all night fixing the tractor. And run into Mustard Pot Pete. He says that everything was fine. And then we cut the Fable down where Snow White doesn't know where Boy Blue is. Because he hasn't been able to phone her and stuff because he's been knocked out with Rose Red. Not Rose Red. Red Riding Hood. Boy Blue is being held by the fake Red Riding Hood and the brothers. There seems to be a conflict in leadership between the four of them. Fables that were guarding the North Portal in Canada, they're all dead. Now Baby Wolf is actually destroying the portal this time. Now, Snow White, who runs Fabletown right now, she shuts Fabletown down and prepares for an invasion. She's going through the emergency procedures as quickly as she can. The witches are using their most expensive spells for free during this trying time. And the brothers return Boy Blue to the Fables, but he's all naked and bleeding. The adversary has sent a letter, actually, that the brothers read. Basically, it says, we won't hunt you now, but we will. Until then, we sent a few guns and our Red Riding Hood to keep watch over you. Also, give us all your magical items, stuff you can use against us. And the brothers actually see Pinocchio. And they're all just and you were so beautiful, you're the fresh carved, you're so beautiful, but then you had to get all that meat. Yeah. But that can mean since they're all wooden, that Geppetto might still be alive. And Flycatcher and Prince Charming, they drive Boy Blue to the hospital. Then that leads to chapter 6, our right to assemble issue. Rose Red drives the farm to Fabletown for weapons and animals and Wayland Smith. Fabletown putting up barriers that close off Bullfinch Street. The barriers are at least 2 rows high. The cars will form inner barriers, protecting the Woodland building. And more wood soldiers are just being delivered. They're easy to assemble. And Red Riding Hood has injured Boy Blue's hands, so he can't play the trumpet or even participate in the war. Of course, she's going to pay. Snow White still doesn't want to get Fabletown discovered by Mondays during the battle, so she also has wishes using cloaking spells and all that stuff. Distracting spells, yeah. The farmer arrives and they dump everything in the courtyard. Boy Blue is ready to fight even though he's completely injured. Dr. Swinehart is a battlefield nurse. Beast gets Beauty mad, ready for the battles, by sending Prince Charming in there to seduce her. And it works. The mysterious brothers. The brothers to the Holy Grove. And each side thinks that the other side will surrender. Jack is protecting Pinocchio, and Jack has a gun to use on Pinocchio if he runs. So the battle begins. And we go to chapter 7, which is the Battle of Fabletown. The battle started. Well, it's not doing so well because the wood soldiers, they break down the north wall. thousands of them. And then taken Bolton Street. And they have a plan. They send out the grenadiers. And they use a bunch of those, and they run out of grenades. So then they bring in the big fighters like the trolls and the goblins and all that. Oh. Yeah, you know what I mean. And Boy Blue has the vorpal sword somehow. Fables retreat, but the enemies follow all according to plan. Because they have cannons. So they shoot them. Now some of them are still alive and they have guns. Wayland Smith is shot. The hospital's overrun. One soldiers are using body parts of their fallen comrades to repair themselves to make more soldiers. And they send in Clara, and the Fables send Clara the fire-breathing crow, which is a mistake, because they're one. I mean, they burn, but very slowly they can spread the fire. Yeah. So now they're alive, with guns, and on fire. And Pinocchio escapes Jack and pleased to end the war, but Pinocchio was shot down. Not by Jack, by the brothers. And the fire is spreading everywhere. And Snow White calls every Fable group to fight fire and ready to evacuate Bolton Street. Witches make it rain. Baby Bear and Papa Bear is shot down. Big Wee Wolf comes in the nick of time and huffs and puffs ends the war, or ends the battle. Then we go to chapter 8, in like a lane, out on the lane. So Red Riding Hood, of course, is the top boss. She has voices in her head. Turns out, though, that she's not Red Riding Hood. She's actually a Baba Yaga. The one witch against her is Frau Totenkinder, the witch from Hansel and Gretel. So yeah, they have a huge fight. During this fight, back below, King Cole and Flycatcher are on the top of the woodland building to get out. Rosewood finds out that Snow White is pregnant with Baby Wolf's child. And of course, they go up to the top of the building to find out that Baba Yaga is down on the ground, almost dead. So cut to the next day. Yeah, the guys on the news are always saying no injuries were reported. Kevin Thorne, who is the media manager, kind of thinks it's suspicious. Mouse police in the battle crippled a lot of wooden soldiers. But they eventually get down. Soldiers and the dead, and Baba Yaga get thrown down the wishing well. Boy Blue is still alive. Dr. Swinehart says that he'll be able to play the trombone again. Baba Yaga is still alive but powerless. And it's only known she's alive by Big Wee Wolf and Frau Totenkinder. And Pinocchio taken to Dr. Swinehart by Flycatcher and Boy Blue. Rosewood's crying over Wayland Smith, and Snow White's water broke. And that's where that all ends. So it's really good. It's a really good story. I recommend that you read it. And if you have read it, did you like it? Do you like the Fable series? Or which one's your favorite so far? I'm gonna say this one's my favorite so far. March of the Wooden Soldiers, yeah, I like big war stories. Let me know in the comments below. Of course, I have a lot of stuff in the description below, including where you can find me on social media if you want to talk to me some more. On Instagram at TRIPL3XXXMayhem. On Twitter at Real Irish John. Facebook at Official Irish John. I'll see you all tomorrow with a review of the Croods. Ooh, ooh, ooh.